Okay, I'll admit it. This is starting to get a little concerning. Oh, look who finally decided to believe me that this was an issue with how much they were winning. I mean, technically, they aren't mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DDFR number 69 on the season. Today, we are going to react to the Ducks beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 7-4. Alright, let's hop right into it. Alright, so, Ducks win the season series against the Columbus Blue Jackets. They win 2-0, winning the first game 5-3, and this final game against the Blue Jackets in Anaheim 7-4. They are competing with the Ducks for the bottom of the league, so it's kind of understandable why the Ducks beat them. Also, they started Michael Hutchison. Alright, looking at the 3 stars of the game, I agree with almost all of these. I just don't agree with the order they're in. Like, maybe move Max Jones down to third. Like, yeah, he scored a really nice goal. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, you have a defenseman who scored 2 goals, and then you have Troy Terry with a goal and an assist, and he's climbing his way back up towards the lead in points on the team. So, Ducks get outshot again. What's new? But the thing that the Ducks had that the Blue Jackets didn't is mediocre goaltending. Let's just be real. Look, Michael Hutchison has never really found his way at the NHL level. He's had little, bursts here and there where he's been playable, but overall, he has not been an NHL caliber goalie. He's been AHL caliber, definitely, but NHL caliber, he's struggled there. Dostal has been looking promising in the games that he's played with the Ducks. His record isn't amazing, but what goalie on the Ducks record does look good? I mean, there were some goals that you really wanted Dostal to have in this game. He still has a lot to learn, and that's very obvious. But he was okay enough in this game. So getting into the actual goals in the game, the first goal of the game, you could tell that this was going to be a tire fire of a game. Trevor Zegras was all alone, and he probably could have flipped the puck up onto his stick and did the back and forth move just for fun, just messing around with how much time he had. He had a wide open net all the time in the world, and he didn't miss. Very easy goal for Z. He's up at 22 now on the season, and Ducks take a relatively early lead in the game. So a little later on in the period, Nick Blankenberg alone in front of the net, and I wish Dostal had this one. The puck went right in between his chest and his arm, and it's one that you really hope to see him have in the future. It's understandable to not have it now. He's a young goalie, still getting acclimated to the NHL, and it just squeaked through him. Blue Jackets are on the board, but the Ducks came right back. Troy Terry with a nice screen in front. Scott Harrington shot from the point. I don't think Michael Hutchison ever saw this puck, but Troy Terry gets an assist on it. Simon Benoit gets an assist as well, and the Ducks take the lead again, and that was only about 3.5 minutes after the Blankenberg goal. And then the Ducks allow a goal at the end of the period. This felt like the Ducks, 20 games ago. They were just allowing chance after chance after chance at the very last few minutes of every single period. And, they were kind of getting caved in, but Johnny Gaudreau with a laser beam of a pass over to Boone Jenner, and he just snipes, man. He snipes on Dostal. I can't really blame Dostal on this one. In the second period, Max Comtois actually scores early on. This was a really bad goal by Hutchison. He sees the puck the entire time. It wasn't an insanely hard shot. Comtois picked his corner, but I'm happy that Comtois scored. Don't get me wrong. But this was a goal that should have been saved. So, people alone in front, yet again, on this third goal. And it's on the power play, too. It's guys, you're supposed to protect the front of the net. And This one was on Kevin Shattenkirk, man. Kent Johnson just kind of drags the puck down below the dot, and just Sillinger just has to put his stick down. That's all he does. And Johnson hits his stick, and it just goes right past Dostal, right on the back door. It's nothing Dostal can do on this one. And Shattenkirk was right next to Sillinger. You gotta tie up that stick, man. But, I mean, it's the end of the season. Honestly, probably could have fined the Ducks for fixing the game right there. That's what that looked like. That's how little effort Shattenkirk gave on that one. In the third period, Troy Terry gets on the board. This was just a beautiful passing play. Mason McTavish cross-seam pass to Colton White. Colton White, again, cross-seam pass right in front of the crease, right on Troy Terry's stick, number 20 of the season. I said 20 was very doable for Troy Terry. 25, still possible. That's 5 goals in the next 13 games. That's very possible for Troy, especially with the goal-scoring pace he's been on since he came back from injury. The Blue Jackets tie it again for the last and final time. This was just a great play by Patrick Laine. He basically walks through a bunch of Ducks players and shoots the puck. Dostal makes the original save, but the rebound goes right back to Laine, and he buries it on the second attempt. Just a great individual effort by Patrick Laine, and that's the last time that the Blue Jackets got close to getting any offensive pressure on Dostal, because from here on out, it was the Ducks, and that's no more obvious than the goal with Max Jones. He literally blocks a shot at the point with his stick, goes on a breakaway. Oh, he does the little kick, little fake kick, and just makes Hutchison bite so hard. Goes to the backhand, gets it up and over the pad. Beautiful goal by Max Jones. Love to see him coming into his own. For a while there, we didn't know if he was actually going to develop or not, but he got injured a whole bunch, and this year he's just kind of shown, especially in the latter half of it, that there is that potential still to be that rough, charge the net, get in front of everybody, fast, hard-hitting player that we thought he could be. 2 empty net goals follow. Scott Harrington with a little chip shot. It's actually really funny. The bounce gave him the goal. The puck was like bouncing towards the net, and then it jumped over the Blue Jackets player's stick. I think it was Adam Boquist, and it just bounced over and in, and it was kind of funny. Kind of felt bad for Boquist because he got back in time. It just took an unlucky hop on him. And then Ryan Strome intercepts a pass and sinks it for the 7th goal of the game for the Ducks, and they win 7-4. So, when I say the Ducks have been winning too much, I'm not like, haha, Ducks won 2 games, haha, they're winning too much. No, I mean the Ducks are winning too much. In the Ducks' last 11 games, they have 15 points. They've gone 6-2-3. That's 4 games over 500, man. Like, you gotta slow down. Like, I get that maybe the opponents haven't been crazy difficult, but the Ducks have lost to the easier opponents and beaten the stronger ones. That's good for confidence. Don't get me wrong. But it's okay maybe to crush their confidence a little bit. If somebody's injured, get them out of the lineup. Like, at all. Oh, I banged up my ankle last game. Okay, you're sitting. Like, we'd much rather have you at 100% next year with whoever we take in the draft, Connor Bedard, and you be healthy and play alongside them. So looking at the Ducks' last 13 games of the season, 7 of them are against teams that are already in the playoffs, and 2 of them are against the Calgary Flames, who are still chasing the playoffs. They're just outside of it. Them and Nashville are fighting with Winnipeg, another team that the Ducks play, for the last few wildcard spots right now. The breakdown for the Ducks' last 13 games of the season is 2 games against Colorado, 2 games against Vancouver, 2 games against Calgary, 2 games against the Oilers, then they have 1 against Winnipeg, 1 against Arizona, 1 against Seattle, 1 against St. Louis, and then the last game of the season for the Ducks, the Kings. The last few games will be kind of difficult for the Ducks, even with those teams in the playoffs and the ones still fighting to get into the playoffs. The Vancouver Canucks are no joke. Since the deadline, they've gone 5-1-0. Speaking of the Canucks, that is who they play next. One of the last two games against the Canucks is the next game, and that's going to be on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The game is in Anaheim. The Canucks beat the Ducks last game 3-2 in overtime. It was that wicked shot from JT Miller that I cannot blame Dostal for that. You can't. So, I mean, I imagine it'll be relatively the same lineups that we saw last time against the Canucks. The game was after the trade deadline, so the teams really haven't changed at all. I expect the Canucks to win this game outright this time and pretty much just wipe the floor with the Ducks. I mean, Ducks might put up a fight, but Vancouver leads the season series 2-0. The game will be broadcast on Bally Sports West for anybody in Southern California. It should be on TSN for anybody in the Vancouver area in Canada. And for the rest of the United States, you're looking at ESPN+. Alright, that is it for this one. Thank you all so much for showing up and watching. I appreciate everybody who watched. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really like it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.